Have you dealt with a breakup from a narcissist and you feel like you just can't let go? Do you find yourself crying and freaking out internally or otherwise all the time and you don't know why? Well, that's what we're talking about today at queenbeing.com. Little tip, it all has to do with the trauma bond you developed with your abuser. So let's get started. My name is Angie Atkinson, and on this channel I provide free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. If that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and let's get going. Well, I know it's a little late, but first, do you have your coffee? This is one of my dollar store cups, and it matches my dress today. Hey, and my flower, what's up? So let's start out with the definition of the trauma bond. It is basically what happens as a result of ongoing cycles of abuse, thanks to a narcissist in this case. During the abuse cycle, you go through intermittent different kinds of reinforcement. So you either get a reward when you do what the narcissist wants, or you get a punishment when you don't, just like a dog. But what happens is that this cycle of reward and punishment creates extremely powerful emotional bonds between the two of you. And that makes it difficult for you to even think about change. Shocking, right? Where did this term come from? Patrick Carnes, who is a psychologist, he developed the term originally to point to sexual addiction. Interesting, right? It is specifically, according to him, I'm going to quote him right now, the misuse of fear, excitement, sexual feelings, and sexual physiology to entangle another person. A simpler and more encompassing definition might be a strong emotional attachment between an abused person and the abuser formed as a result of the cycle of violence. Today we're going to talk about signs that you may be dealing with trauma bonding in your life right now. First of all, I want you to remember that trauma bonding is essentially being loyal to someone who has destroyed you or who is actively destroying you. So that is not good. It's not healthy. A lot of people think, oh, trauma bonding, that sounds good. It sounds like you went through the war together, etc., right? The truth is, these kinds of bonds are really unhealthy, especially in these types of situations. There are a number of signs that you might be involved with trauma bonding in your life thanks to a narcissist. So we're going to discuss those right now. First of all, there is a constant pattern of lying. So the narcissist continues to promise you that things are going to change, things are going to get better, that he or she is going to do this, that, or the other thing, and then the promises are constantly not met. Other people seem to feel bothered by something that someone said or did to you, your narcissist said or did to you, and it doesn't bother you at all. Like, your narcissist might say, God, you're such a piece of crap. Why do you act that way? And your sister or your friend might be like, why do you let that person talk to you that way? And you might be like, what? I don't care. It's no big deal. That's how we are. So when you start to accept abuse as normal, sign. Next thing is you feel stuck. The other person keeps doing things that are destructive, but then you think you can't do anything about it, so you just let it happen. Next up, you try to change that person into becoming less destructive because you try to stop them from having an addiction or stop them from abusing you. You try to reason them out of it. We've all done it. I know we have. We've all tried to explain. We all think to ourselves, well, maybe that person just doesn't understand what they're doing to me. It doesn't matter. They're not going to change. You keep having excessive repeating fights. You keep having the same fights, arguments over and over again. They don't change. They don't get better. You keep thinking, oh, maybe this time it's going to work. Maybe this time they'll really change. Maybe this time I'll make them understand me. But you never can. Another sign. You feel like you can't detach from a narcissist. Even though you know you can't trust them, and at this point you don't even really like them. But you feel like you must stay connected. That's a sign. Another sign is that when you try to leave the person, even though you don't want to be there, you find yourself missing them. You find yourself feeling this horrible, painful, empty ache in your chest. Like, if I don't get back to that person, I feel like I might die. That's another sign of a trauma bond. When do trauma bonds happen? Well, they happen when you are in a bad relationship, whether it's a narcissist or a psychopath or a sociopath, or just a mean person that's not treating you right. But it also happens, interestingly enough, in domestic violence situations. Addicts and alcoholics tend to be trauma bonded with people in their lives. There's always a time when things seem normal, and that is why we stay stuck. Because during those brief moments of clarity where we think, oh, this is it, he's really going to change, or she's really going to change, and everything's going to be okay now, it's not going to be okay. The fact is that The environment necessary to not be trauma bonded is peaceful, is not difficult, not complex. It's consistent, it's healthy, it's stable. That environment does not exist, at least not for long, in a narcissistic relationship. You will find yourself in an intense, complex, inconsistent mess of a relationship, and even when they leave you, you still wish, oh, could I just please get back in with that person? You guys, it's so not okay. You don't deserve the abuse you've had. The trauma bond is why you're missing the narcissist. So often when we're in this type of a relationship, we're looking right at the problem, and yet we still can't see it. There's always a level of manipulation from the narcissist. The only way that you can ever let go is by literally moving away from the narcissist, going no contact, retraining your brain to change, okay? I'm going to go into some more detail about this in my next video, so stay tuned. We're going to talk about what you can do to heal from trauma bonding, all right? For now, I'm going to wrap up, and I will see you very soon. Have a wonderful day. Thanks again for being a part of my day and a part of my life, and hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. I'll see you soon. It's my mission to teach others what I know to be true. You really can create the life you want. Take care of your body, take care of your soul, nurture the real you, and introduce him or her to the world. Be comfortable in your own skin and in your place in this world. Take your spot, take it now, and the universe will take its cue from you. You feel me? If so, subscribe to my channel. Let's get it done together.